Welcome to The Flower of Freedom by Deborah J. Reeves. All rights to the book and presentation are reserved. This is chapter 126. Your chair is ready. We've been anticipating your arrival. Have a seat and I'll begin. Christmas Day in Canada. Bertie stared at the phone receiver. Bianca had hung up on him mid-sentence. It was Christmas Day, and his wife was half a world away. She did not even ask about their daughter. She had no idea when she would be returning. It was disorienting, and Bertie could not take the circumstances of his life in. When he finally lifted his eyes, Marie's eyes were peering back at him. She was holding Alicia with a confidence and a certainty that gave him comfort. Bertie shook his head, and Marie instantly understood. She's safe, was all he said. Car and Desi skidded into the room in their Christmas outfits a moment later. They were ready to go to the annual Christmas feast at Dr. D's house. They were dressed in an imitation of a suit, with their white shirts and clip-on ties and polyester trousers and vests. They were not dressed identically, but the outfits were only variations on a theme. Colette wanted them to enjoy their identity as twins, but she wanted to ensure that they had their own identities as well. Oscar often joked that it was only so he could tell them apart, which was a joke, because the boys were very different in appearance. No one would confuse one with another, but people often attached the wrong name to the wrong twin. Bertie and Marie were of no interest to the twins. Their full attention was on Alicia. They were proud that she was wearing the outfit that they had given her for Christmas. Of course, Colette had chosen the gift, but the boys knew that the tag had said it was from them, so they took total ownership of it. Alicia was a tiny version of perfection, in the little leggings with the hearts on them and frills on her bottom. She was wearing a little blouse with the same pink hearts and a matching pink jumper with buttons at the shoulder that made it easy to take on and off. Little pink satin shoes finished off the outfit, and Bertie looked across the room and marveled at the beauty of his daughter and the safe harbor his family provided. Soon they were all bundled up and ready to go. Although it was only a few doors down, Bertie was nervous about taking Alicia out into the cold, so he went out early to warm up the car. He told his parents that he would drive Alicia and the twins over to Dr. D's, and he asked if his mother would like to accompany them. The twins demanded that she rode in the car with them, so everyone left the house together. Marie and Oscar were almost at Dr. D's when Bertie pulled into the driveway. All the usual suspects were in attendance, and it was as though a shadow had lifted from everyone's heart. They knew it was time to pull together. Merriment abounded. There was much delighted laughter when the twins officiously introduced Lisi. The old neighbor ladies took turns holding Alicia and cooing over her beauty. Bertie beamed, and he had to endure lavender-scented hugs from elderly ladies in their Christmas outfits. Endure was too strong a word for it, though. He did so graciously and with good humor. He soon discovered that there was some sort of healing for the heart to be found in the hugs you had previously dismissed. He loved those old folks. He saw that clearly now. No one asked after Bianca. It was Christmas after all, and it was no time for sad topics. Colette and Oscar felt the difference at the gathering. Something had changed, or maybe had just resurfaced. The gathering was no longer off balance, as it had been when it was trying to adapt to Bianca. It was back to being just plain folks, celebrating the community of love. The old folks passed around the baby, reluctant to let her go until someone moaned that it was their turn. The little ones played games of tag and twister. Dr. D was so good at finding and gathering people together. Jean-Claude and Fan watched the miracle unfold each year, and Jean-Claude was grateful for the millionth time that his sister Michelle had such good taste in men. Fan once told him that Michelle and Dr. D should write a book about how to cement a community together. It would be a bestseller, she asserted. At the meal, even the corn pudding had reappeared. When Bianca had first come to the meal, she had extensively critiqued the cooking, and she had been particularly scathing of Madame Cambanou's corn pudding. Bianca had called it puke on a plate, to everyone's dismay, and the old lady had shrunken with shame. She had never brought it as her contribution to the meal again, and it had been something that everyone looked forward to each year. Bianca had also taken great umbrage at the jellied salad that Monsieur Gagnon brought each year. But he was as tough as the leather boots that sometimes lined the bottom of the dish if he failed to stir the gelatin thoroughly. He had merely sniffed at Bianca that day, and he said, "You can be pretty snotty for a lady who grew up eating pond frogs." Everyone's eyes had sparkled at that, but no one dared to laugh until after Bertie and Bianca had left. Thank God they'd left early, because the collective stomachs hurt from holding in their guffaws. Monsieur Gagnon enjoyed many hugs from the ladies, who thanked him for his response. Poor Madame Cambanou could not be repaired by copious compliments about her corn pudding, though. No one knew that Dr. D had made a special request that she brought the corn pudding this year. She obliged when he informed her that it would be an important part of the healing at the table that year. If only she could find the courage to help everyone. The lady had been a volunteer nurse in World War II, so she mustered her patriotic love of the community, and she braved it once more. The rapture that people expressed as they swallowed each mouthful of her pudding ensured that it would never fail to make another appearance at Christmas dinner in years to come. That's the end of chapter 126. Again, we're so delighted whenever you come. Please come again. It's never, and I mean never, the same without you. Bye-bye.